Hey guys, the Tomahawk Warrior here, bringing you another battle report for the channel. We've got 2,400 points of ETC High Elves versus my buddy's ETC Orc and Goblin army. My level 4 decided to go to Heavens. He rolled up Curse, Thunderbolt, Comet, and Chain. My level 1 went to Metal and rolled up Searing Doom. My opponent's Savage Orc Shaman went to the Big Wall. He got Gaze, Hand, Headbutt, and Foot. His level 1 Scroll Caddy went to the Little Wall and got Goracle Fix It. So here you can see the battlefield that we're playing on. As per ETC rules, the hill with the building on it counts as line of sight blocking, so our monsters will probably hide behind it and the war machines won't be able to shoot at them. As well as this series of buildings, the white ones, they also counted as impassable terrain. So, yep. Other than that, it was regular pitch battle, nothing special. The creators as always count as forests. So my army, left to right, we got an eagle, a frostheart phoenix, 11 archers with a standard, 5 silver helms with shields. In there I have my mage with the dispel scroll and the Kane's Ring of Fury. I have my big bus of 17 silver helms, full command with shields. At the top left, I have my noble BSB. He has the armor of Calidor and a halberd. On the top right, I have a prince. He has the talisman of preservation, the ogre blade, and the iron crest icon. And that model in the middle, the white one, is my archmage. He has the talisman of endurance, power scroll. I have another unit of 10 archers with the standard. Under my Frostheart's wing, there is an eagle, the Frostheart itself, and I have a noble on eagle. My noble has the charm shield and the crown of Azure, or however it's pronounced, so he's able to deflect 2 cannonballs. He has a 1-up armor save, a lance, and a 3-up in close combat. On my opponent's side, from right to left, he has a Spear Chukka, a Rock Lava, good old giant, another Spear Chukka. He has a Goblin Big Boss on a Spider with a shield and light armor. Another Spear Chukka, 2 Goblin Chariots, another Rock Lava. Just off to the right of the picture, he has 2 more Goblin Chariots. He has his big bus of Savage Orcs, Savage Orc Big Guns with dual hand weapons. He has his level 4 Savage Orc Shaman in there. The Shaman had the Shrunken Head, Fencer's Blades, and the MR1 token. Behind them he has a Doom Diver. He has a Goblin Shaman with a scroll. Another Doom Diver, Goblin BSB. He had his good old Orc Warboss on Wyvern with Charm Shield and the Sword of Striking. 2 Trolls. He has a Night Goblin Big Boss with a great weapon in that bus of Night Goblins. Another Troll, and 2 more Goblin Chariots. So my opponent won the roll to go first, so he advanced his Spider Rider there. He also moved his Giant to set up for a counter charge if I should charge that big boss, or boss. His Chosen Chariot advance, his Wyvern boss flies over, taking advantage of the ETC rules, so I can't see that Wyvern. The rest of his battle line advances. Chariots push forward. My magic phase for my opponent, he had 6 dice to my 4. As per ETC rules, you can only throw 5 dice when casting a spell, so he managed to get off a non-augmented Foot of Gork on this Phoenix, put 3 wounds on it. The Doom Diver that was here exploded in the shooting phase, so that's greatly appreciated. My opponent tried to land a rock on my Phoenix. It scattered off and put a wound on the Eagle. On my turn 1, I charge those chariots with the Frost Heart. The chariots failed their terror check and ran back there. My Frost Heart stumbled up a couple inches. I flew this eagle here. My Frost Heart flies up. The rest of my battle line advances. The bus doesn't really move. I move the archers into the forest to get a cover save. Or cover. The eagle advances. I'm hoping that my opponent would take the bait and charge the giant at the eagle and just pull the giant out of position. My noble flies up here to go after some of those war machines. In the magic phase, I managed to cast Kane's Ring of Fury on that goblin spider boss. I kill him, which panics the chariots that were there by that forest. They run through the savages and pop out there. No one panics. My archers managed to put a wound or two on the rock lava there. And in my opponent's phase, he pushes forward with the chariots and the troll. And his boss flies over here to look at my archers and my 2 units of ponies. He pushes his goblins forward and shuffles his savageries to the side. All of his chariots rally. And this was something I didn't expect. My opponent moved his giant to screen the bolt thrower. And I wasn't sure at the time if he realized I could just fly up and over it, but that's what he did. Again, my opponent gets a good magic phase. It's 10 dice to my 6. My opponent casts a Gaze of Mork and kills a pony. And then he manages to get the foot off on my bus, kills 4 of those silver helms. The rock lava that was there misfires and kills itself. Top of my turn 2, I charge the archers and the silver helms into the trolls. This eagle makes an 11-inch charge to go into the Doom Diver. The Frost Heart charges the chariots. My eagle charges the Spear Chukka, and like I said, my noble flies up and over and charges the rock lava. I move my Frost Heart to get a rear charge on those savages. I move the bus over so that I can see his wyvern. In the close combat phase, my ponies polish off that troll, turn to look at the savages. It's kind of funny, my opponent failed to do any wounds to my archers, but with his general right there, he made his break check. The noble killed the rock lava and turned to face that spear chuck over there. The eagle finished off his spear chukka, turned to look at the giant and that spear chukka. The Frost Heart broke the chariots, ran them down, and ended up there. The eagle that was in combat with the Doom Diver killed it and overran to there. You'll notice the absence of my little bus of ponies. My opponent's Savage Orcs failed their animosity check and had to charge the ponies. I elected to flee and they ran off the table. His Wyvern boss will fly to where those black dice are and look at my bus. Bit of overkill, but why not? He charges his chariots and his troll into those archers, so they're probably dead. His chariots here charge the eagle. He moves his giant to go after my Frost Heart. My opponent again gets a good magic phase, 8 dice to 5. My opponent casts Goracle Fix It on my Silver Helms. I have to let it go. He then drops a foot on those Silver Helms and kills about 6. You can see his Wyvern boss there looking at my bus. Obviously, he pops the archers. Top of my turn, the Frost Heart charges the rear of the savages. And on his way in, my opponent releases the Fanatic from that unit of Night Goblins there, puts a wound on the Frost Heart. In my opponent's turn, he killed that eagle and overran into the Frost Heart. My noble charged in my turn. I finally get a decent magic phase. My 9 dice to my opponent's 5. I don't have a picture of it, but I tried to cast Comet there at the top of that hill. My opponent threw all his dice at it. I managed to get Chain Lightning off on his Wyvern and boss. I stripped the Charm Shield off his boss, and I put a wound on the Wyvern. In the close combat phase here, my opponent makes his break check after I kill a couple of orcs, but he fails to make the combat reform, so we're still locked like that. In my opponent's turn, his Wyvern boss charges my archers, so they're probably dead. The chariots on the overrun on impact hits killed the Frost Heart. My noble broke them and ran them down, and on my opponent's turn, his goblins charged my noble. I didn't know this at the time, but he had his BSB, a goblin big boss, and his level 1 in there. The level 1 doesn't matter, but the big boss and BSB, that's, he's got a goblin big boss in there with a great weapon, and the BSB, I probably should have fled, because that's kind of killy. His Fanatic comes back through my Phoenix, but thankfully it doesn't wound it. Chariots and Trolls push up. His Troll fails to play and bumbles forward. My opponent's turn, he gets 10 dice to my 5. My opponent managed to cast a Gorkle Fix-It on my noble on his eagle. He then 5 dices the augmented foot, comes down and kills 5 silver helms. Thankfully, though, my opponent rolls a 1, and I actually thought about this for quite a while, about maybe putting it into the Savage Orc combat. I liked it to put it on the Wyvern boss, because when I thought about it, at best I'm hitting 9 savages, and my opponent gets a ward save, so if I kill, like 6 or 5, I didn't think it was going to swing the combat too greatly, so I tried to kill his boss here. I failed to do any wounds to the orc, but I do put 3 wounds on his wyvern, so it's got 1 wound left. Like I said, he got Gorkle Fix-It off. In the close combat phase, I managed to kill a single goblin, but I do put a wound on his BSB. And I make my break check on a 3. In the close combat phase here, I kill a couple more orcs, but he passes his break check, and then he makes his combat reform. In the close combat phase, my 2 lone archers here, they go first with ASF, and they manage to shank the wyvern. So that was pretty cool. I mean, that is a moral victory, if anything. Just a bit of a spoiler, so the Auric boss here is kind of pissed off at them after they do that, and will proceed to rip the unit in half. Top of my turn, my Silver Helms charge the Trolls, and at this point in the game, I'm actually up by a couple 100 points, so yeah, I've lost stuff, but nothing huge has died. I still got half points for the Silver Helms here, so I'm feeling okay, but I know that if my opponent kills that Frostheart Phoenix and turns around, he doesn't need a very long charge to get into these ponies. So my plan was I'll charge the troll, kill it, overrun into the goblins, and I guess I was kind of hoping that the Frostheart would live, or that if I killed the troll, the chariots would panic and I would run far enough that if my opponent tried to charge me with the savages, I would be able to get away and run on a diagonal so I wouldn't run straight off the board. In hindsight, I probably should have just swift reformed and run the other way, but this is what I did. Probably the wrong move. In the close combat phase, I killed a troll. The chariot panics and runs, and unfortunately, I only um, ran forward about 4 or 5 inches. So, like I said, you can see the savage orcs there. If that phoenix dies, then I've probably lost this unit. But you know, the phoenix are tough, right? He can do it. In the combat phase with the goblins, my noble does manage to shank his BSB, but I break and I run to there. And then that happens. So, on the bright side, my opponent didn't kill the Frost Heart, but it did lose combat. It failed its break check. It ran about 5 or 6 inches. My opponent pretty much rolled a boxcar charge. I think he actually rolled an 11. So he caught it and is now sitting pretty. Hilariously enough, my archers managed to stick 2 rounds of combat with that boss, but they finally broke. The banner died, but that lone archer, he got away. So, hey, moral victory, right? In my opponent's turn 6, his goblins charge the noble. He rolls like triple ones, and my opponent manages to catch him. Reforms like this. My opponent charged that archer with his orc boss. The archer fled. He then tried to charge it with the giant. So the archer popped to there. His giant bumped into his unit. I don't even want to talk about this. This is the magic phase. Look at all those dice. 12 dice to 7. 12 dice to 7. If you can guess what is about to happen, you get some sort of prize. Or you get something. I don't even know. So my opponent tried to throw down foot. My opponent threw down brain burster with 4 or 5 dice. I had to throw all of it to try to stop it. I have to rely on foot scattering off, but I mean, it was either he's gonna auto kill the mage or he might kill the mage. There was no right answer here. I mean, I probably should have stopped foot, or but I chose to stop this. So foot comes down. He squashes the mage. He fails to win the prince or the BSB, but he also kills the Silverhelm. So in that one turn, my opponent picked up 736 points. But you know what? I'm still positive. I mean, yeah, I've lost now, but it'll be a minor loss, so I just gotta conserve these points, and I can hold my head up high. I should stop playing this game, as I just seem to give my opponents the best luck ever. I mean, I didn't see this happening to my opponent till my opponent's turn 6 shooting phase, and I just happened to spy that bolt thrower, and I was like, oh my god, no, not again. Just like Juggernauts, my opponent has a flank shot on those 2 characters. But, I calm myself down. I'm like, alright, he hits me on a 5. Granted, he wounds me on a 2, but he has to hit. I have a 4-up ward, and my opponent has to do 3 wounds to kill the prince. And unless he kills the prince, he can't kill the BSB. And my BSB had a 6-up, but I was like, that's, the odds should be in my favor, right? I mean, it can't happen, again, right? Not 35 points can't possibly kill another, like, 422, right? Right? Why? I was so heartbroken when this happened. Oh, 549 points for a 35-point bolt thrower. It was just like, what? What? It was, why? Just why? Why do the gods hate me so much? That bolt thrower killed 15 times its own worth. More than 15 times. So, I mean, it went from a small loss to pretty much a 27 in my opponent's favor. But hey, I still got that archer, right? I haven't been completely tabled. And the archer lives. He fails to rally, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, my opponent took a shot with that other spirit chuck, and I was like, if he had killed that archer, I probably would have quit playing fantasy right then and there, because that would have been just too good. But it was a good game. I mean, shenanigans everywhere, but still a victory for the Orcs and Goblins. Um, I'm currently preparing for War Masters in August, which is uh will be Canada's like first or second ETC style tournament. So you'll be seeing me playing a lot of High Elves, Skaven, and Dwarves, as those are my top 3 ETC armies. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas on any upcoming videos that you would like to see, please post them below, and have a great day. Thank you.